Episode 8. Overpowered Archery. Bobby had caused a crowd outrage, so he did not even bother to explain what happened. Good. At least you have some guts, Andy said, feeling delighted. Andy was happy, since his plan succeeded this easily. He had first thought that Bobby would not fight back, and would need to be pressured into accepting the challenge. And, when Bobby lost, all he needed to do was apologize, leaving Sarah impressed at his skill. Sarah, how about you be the judge? Andy said, as he smiled at Sarah. In terms of talent and power, Sarah was one at the top in the crowd, so she had a right to judge. Sarah nodded her head, but did not show much interest. In her opinion, Andy was ranked third in archery, so she did not think that Bobby could beat him. Soon, the field had an open space. The crowd had increased, with everyone wanting to come and see who the victor would be. All the archers were full of anticipation. Everyone had no doubt that Andy was going to win. Instead of a contest, this would rather be an exhibition by Andy. Andy called out to some of the students, who then carried 4 targets over. Soon, the 4 targets were arranged in a straight line, placed in front of them. Every target had a distance of 10 meters between them. Since there are so many people here today, I will show off my special move. Continuous eagle arrows, Andy said, with a face full of smiles. Continuous eagle arrows? The students around all had excited faces, and as she heard this, even Sarah showed a little interest. Andy walked out in front of the 4 targets. Since there were 4 targets arranged in a straight line, using normal archery skills, an archer could only hit the one at the front. Andy took a deep breath and took out 4 arrows at once. Looking at this, everyone was in shock. Soon, Andy's bow was pulled fully back, forming a crescent moon that faced upwards. 4 arrows were all on the string. Swoosh, 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 swoosh. 4 arrows rode through the air, formed 4 perfect arcs, and like eagles, pounced towards their targets. Pa pa pa. Almost at the same time, the 4 arrows hit dead center on the 4 targets. Oh my god! Everyone screamed at the sight. So, arrows can be shot this way. They do not have to fly straight, they can curve. Due to gravity, they will fall on their targets, Bobby thought, as his left eye recorded the routes perfectly. The end result made his heart shake. Continuous eagle arrows. It took a long time before everyone finally calmed down. What a high level of archery skill. Sarah's eyes showed some shock. Thanks for watching. Andy turned towards Sarah and said, Kid, it's your turn. A student from the crowd shouted. After Andy finished, all of their gazes turned towards Bobby, with eyes full of mockery. No one believed that Bobby's archery skill would compare to Andy's. Bobby picked up a bow, and in his mind, continuous meteorite arrows once again merged with his heart. He analyzed that for him to beat Andy in some traditional manner was impossible, unless he had an extra few days of time. So, he couldn't use any normal ways to beat Andy. Bobby's eyes scanned across the sky, and then over the archery field, as he decided on what he was going to do. Okay, I'm going to start now. Bobby slowly took out an arrow. He pulled back an arrow and shot carelessly into the sky. What is this guy doing? Sarah thought to herself. However, just at this time, a sound came from the sky. Caw! A black shadow dropped from the sky. Everyone's eyes turned wide, because it was an eagle. This kid's archery skills aren't bad, since he can shoot down the birds from the sky so easily. Even then, these are all just little tricks. Andy thought to himself, as a look of disdain appeared on his face. Indeed, although Bobby did good, it was nothing compared to his continuous eagle arrows. Ping, ping. Bobby shot out 2 more arrows. Every arrow he shot killed a bird. Kid, do not show off your crappy skills. Just hurry up and admit defeat, one archer said impatiently. My hand feels good now, Bobby thought to himself, getting a feel of the wind. Right after, he took a deep breath and used all of his power on his left eye. At that moment, his left eye glowed faint green. Swoosh! Another arrow shot through the skies, fast as lightning. From the sky dropped another black shadow. Oh my god! This arrow shot down 2 birds! An archer exclaimed. Andy heard that and looked over. Indeed, there were 2 birds there. 1 arrow, 2 birds. Andy's heart skipped. He never thought that Bobby had such high archery skills. Even Andy did not have much confidence in doing that. It depended on luck for him. The sparrow's body is small and flies super fast. To shoot 1 arrow and kill 2 sparrows is on par with Andy's continuous eagle arrows. One archer said, "This is just an appetizer," Bobby said as he gave a faint smile. The crowd's heart skipped. Could Bobby still have higher skills? Bobby did not explain, but slowly lifted his bow and shot at a target 50 meters away. What did that mean? No one understood what that meant. 50 meters was 50 paces. To shoot a target 100 steps away, even the center, was nowhere near able to be compared with the continuous eagle arrows, or 1 arrow 2 birds. Swoosh! Bobby's arrow sliced through the air and landed on a target 100 meters out. The arrow didn't even hit the center. It only hit the outer edge. Bobby wiped his sweat and let out a long breath. This arrow almost missed the target, Andy said as he started laughing. Did Bobby accidentally miss? However, when they looked at Bobby, he had a face full of confidence. Being the judge, Sarah also had a questioning face. She felt that Bobby's shot wasn't as easy as it looked. "You go over and look," Bobby said, full of confidence. The crowd walked over to see the arrow. On the outer edges of a target lay an arrow. It still quivered from the shot. Bobby made an archer pull the arrow. Quickly, the arrowhead was pulled out. Everyone stared at it. On the arrowhead was a pea-sized dead body with traces of blood. "Oh my god! This is a fly! A fly!" One of the students screamed. Many archers' eyeballs almost popped out from shock. "Oh my god! To have 100-step difference and kill a fly? How did he do this?" Andy's face turned white as he stared at the fly's body as if his soul was lost. If he was lucky, he would be able to shoot 2 birds with 1 arrow, but to kill a fly from 100 steps away was impossible for him. The fly was too small. Normal people could not even see the fly from 100 steps away. The archery contest ended there. The winner was decided. "The winner of this archery contest is Bobby," Sarah shouted out as she quickly recovered from the shock and gave Bobby a complex look. This was her first time seriously sizing up Bobby. The boy she saw was confident and had an appeal that surpassed many people of the same age. "I can leave now, right?" Bobby walked towards the outside. The crowd automatically opened a path for him. Bobby's archery skills subdued them, and even Andy could not say anything. After he walked out of the archery field, Bobby let out a long breath. Today's archery session benefited him a lot. As soon as Bobby walked out of the archery field, cruel laughter sounded in front of him. "Bobby, I have finally found you." As soon as the words finished, 3 boys blocked his way. The boy at the front had thick eyebrows and a confident face. It was Tom. "Little bastard. Last time I lost to you. This time, I'm going to make you lose, and beg for forgiveness, Tom said, as he licked his lips, while his eyes had a certain amount of deadliness in them. This time, he was going to beat Bobby, fair and square, and also humiliate him. Only because he lost to Bobby in one move last time, and felt humiliated. Bobby found that the two helpers Tom brought were both orange belts, and were there to stop him from escaping. "Sarah, Bobby seems to have some trouble," one of the girls at Sarah's side said. At this time, most of the people from the archery field saw the scene that was occurring. Andy had a gloating expression on his face. However, in front of these matters, Bobby felt no fear and swiftly said, "Make your move."